See that in the break. G2, dualies over to JKS. A smoke as well. Him and Hunter going to double up in towards Donut. Looks like Complexity want to execute a split. 3 out middle, 2 in towards A main. But they got to get past Hunter and JKS first.
Yeah, they're going to let Elige clean up the area just a little bit. He's gone Surge. I don't even think a lot of utility will be used before he gets that information. That's just a smoke towards window. JKS, immediate protocol reaction. And the push has to come to a halt. Do you actually take the risk of crossing that smoke in a pistol round? I don't think you do, and that's why we see them slowing down the pace slightly. I
think you also want to find a way, if you're Complexity, to have a little bit of presence or pressure elsewhere, right? Like make it look like you might go up towards Cave, but at the moment just standing pat. No shift from either team, really. As the smoke's clear, Complexity can just walk back up and do exactly the same thing.
Now there's a bit of a clock on it. G2 is gathering information towards B lane, so that hit is going to come at the right time for Complexity. They only have 2 defenders in front of them, but that's 3 guns. Information gathered from Floppy. JKS finds 1, and a second kill. Beautiful work.
Oh, they never expected Floppy to come from the bomb site itself. They were set up to stop middle. And Elige is left in Donut to handle this late push through. Spots 2. He's got his P250. Floppy comes to join up, and they both go down. They both get eliminated by m0NESY and Nico, and JT is left holding the bag. 1v3. And so much time for G2 to make this work. Somehow still alive. Going to start tapping the bomb. HooXi goes down. 2 more, but so hard to manage around that box. Nico finds it, a defuse comes in, and G2 is up to a 1-0 start.
They've won a few of these so far in the series, but sometimes the second rounds have been the problem, and this time around Complexity even has the plan. So let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, this is an opening that I think really could have spoiled everything. They didn't expect it whatsoever. The fact that JKS with the dualies gets 2 is absolutely massive.
I'm right there with you. I think that second kill makes all the difference. It allows G2 to have a somewhat playable retake, and then you have to commend rather Nico and m0NESY how measured they were in their approach of retaking Donut. Elige was just calmly waiting with the P250, and he tried to dance around. He tried to find angles to let it scream, but wasn't meant to be. Great work from G2, great retake, and as Yanko was mentioning, the ordeal on today's menu is to survive this force buy. In today's economy, winning the pistol on the CD side and getting reset is horrifying. It's a terrible moment.
And Grim on his favorite Galil. Let's see if he has a little bit more luck this time around.
That's a throwback to Inferno.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it, yeah. Let's see what he can do. Nico's parked against the wall. HooXi playing in towards Cave, which means this is more of a retake setup, and Nico might still be able to get some work done. It all helps to allow HooXi to be activated with the SMG, and he tracks hallzerk in the air.
Huge timing.
Plucks him out of the sky, and the hit falls flat for Complexity. Inside the site is just 1, and Elige 1v3. A long way to go, but over in Cave, he might have a chance. Would you expect the second player? Kind of, a little bit, but not really. JKS takes him out, 2-0.
We have a little bit of a teaser in something that is going to be vital for G2 this entire CT half is Hunter's positioning. And in this round, it was a very good example. He arrived exactly when he was needed. You had to feel that for a moment there was a window of opportunity for Complexity. They get the trade on to Nico. HooXi is fumbling the bag just a little bit with the MP9. Doesn't seem like he can convert, but as he falls, Hunter is already here from the rotation on the CT side and grabs that third kill, making sure that G2 is remaining with an advantage number all the way through.
All the way through. Elige turning the corner. Oh, I can't find the kill on Hunter, who recovers in time for a double. And now the hit falls back. It's got to be through A. And JKS is going to be waiting at the entrance to Donut. Nico shifting over as well. m0NESY and HooXi with full mid control. Should be nice and easy. Should be. Little mistiming for JKS, but handles the spray. Grim transfers over to the M4. He could do a little bit of economic damage. No way he gets the plant, and m0NESY won't even give him the space to work with. Now up to 3-0.
It's a very good start from G2.
Compared to some of the previous halves where they've won the pistol and lost the second, yeah. I mean, at least now building up some money as well. They've had a couple halves where they've started with weird economic disadvantages, so not having that here is, they're going to love that.
And some good proactive CS early on, right? Even in the anti-force buy, re-clearing mid. That's why all the rotations were on time towards B. Will be good for them if they can keep it up.
Great commit towards middle. The damage onto Elige is instrumental. 65 HPs taken straight from the get-go. JT sort of abandoned by Floppy in that map control retake. You feel like he's going to be a lamb rather, driven to the slaughter right here.
Ooh, a nade kill.
Out. He stays alive. A huge work.
Oh, Nico can do more. He wants to stick around. They've got JT boxed in. m0NESY up from middle towards cave is going to start shrinking, but it's Hunter who'll be under the most pressure. Over towards the A bomb site. He's done a little, or I should say a lot of damage onto hallzerk, down to 2 health, and they're just going to go for it. They realize 2 players. They might have missed a timing, though. m0NESY's already in donut. Good opening kill, but will you expect m0NESY to be at the off angle? Picks off the head of Grim, takes off Elige, and it's just hallzerk with the op. 2 health. m0NESY quad kill in the round, and G2 once again loud and excited.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the bubbles? Can you feel the bubbles pop up from G2? Like, they're on it right now. They're really in the rhythm of this game. They're not spending any moment without using either space or aggression or retaking positions here. You could feel that Complexity had a way into the A side, but because the move to retake B lane was so well timed, m0NESY clears out JT, and then they have time to come back. And even if Hunter falls immediately, which in itself was kind of exceptional, the retake was already here.
Ooh, they beat the nades, they beat the Molotovs a little bit. Nico in that same spot, blinded so he can only get 1. Drive-by from Grim, who has a chance. Ooh, but he uses a smoke instead. Hunter now in a position of activity. Again, only gets 1. Again, traded off. And that smoke is going to block off m0NESY's access, but JKS coming from behind. This could be everything. Complexity not really aware of the possibility just yet. m0NESY shifting around as well. And JKS will play before anyone's in position. Floppy in the corner, spotted, taken down. Elige, his position found out, and there's m0NESY's shifts.
That's very clean and composed from
Yes,
G2. It was a little bit dangerous,
terrifying.
you know. Slightly missed sprays from both Nico and Hunter, only get 1 and then die. That's not a good situation there. Complexity with their pace, they beat out the utility, so they had an opportunity here. I was a little bit surprised they didn't maybe take a timeout, but I would take a timeout now.
You would need to.
Just to calm things down. These are, you know, you're already 5-0 down. It feels like it's been only 5 minutes in this game. Some close rounds, frustration starting to seep in, perhaps. Just take a breather, you know, talk it through.
Yeah, he's given him a lot of room, TC, to give his players to work themselves out of this, and it's not going to work, at least initially, in this round 6. Mid-control and aggression works out perfectly. Floppy jumping up, spots 1 at top ramp. That's Nico. That's a beautiful nade.
They still have mid-control firmly installed, which means Complexity is a little bit claustrophobic. That kill will help balance things out just a little bit, and it also forces G2 to give up on that mid position. So finally Complexity has a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah, that kill in the utility starting to fade away, and they don't want to be stuck in mid with nothing to protect them. Grim has very low HP, so he turns into this mid lurk. JT and Floppy going to try and take late cave control. This push could be everything hallzerk wants. Oh, he just started moving.
Oh no.
It's all gone horribly wrong, and now you can double swing. You can double swing and trade another kill, and JT will not be aware of that position from Nico. It's all done.
Surely now you get a timeout. I mean, hallzerk really frustrated by that miss.
He was getting frustrated towards the end of Inferno as well.
You know, there's a lot of Counter-Strike still to be played, right? Sure, you're off to a bad start, but you need to try to salvage this half in any way you can. You've proven to yourself and to everyone what you're capable of when you get rolling, but that's not going to happen when, you know, you're impatient, you're frustrated. And G2 is playing much better now. They're having the good reads, the correct openings. That in itself can be frustrating.
It looks like a different G2 from Anubis from the first half of Inferno.
As well.
Yeah,
true. We feel like the forces are kind of being reversed right here, and whenever we spend time at the desk and we talk about mental game and we talk about momentum and how you can find yourself in flow state or conversely, you can find yourself in a very frustrating place. It really feels like some of these POVs from Complexity, they show it. Look at the frustration from hallzerk. He misses the shot.
Nah, he held back. He's still in control.
Well, I don't care. There's
he was going to slam. He had the mouse in hand. He held back.
I can't believe they're not taking a timeout. You're 6-0 down on the decider map. You're playing your T side. What are you saving them for?
That's a great
Like,
question.
sure, maybe, you know, JT is calling something already and he knows what he wants to do. It's not even about that. You don't need to say anything. Like, you don't need to give a call.
Here comes the aggression, keeps coming in from G2. hooksy almost had the timing. JT is once again asked to handle this aggression. It's a bit more timid and measured, and middle this time around is actually open for business if you're Complexity. I don't think they've realized it, but they can actually grab all of that map control.
It feels like so much utility from Complexity has been spent just to keep them alive, just to keep them safe.
They've been under so much pressure.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work, G2, over towards this B lane. Miss Smoke makes things a little bit awkward looking towards Donut. Another one comes in towards Red Room. Still one smoke to work with, and oh my lord.
Surely now he break his mouse. Surely his mouse is broken now.
Yeah, probably. That little pink mouse is not having a good time. It's staring death in the face every time he lifts his hand. Floppy has a little bit of space on ramp, but everyone has backed off from G2. Very passive, retake-centric focus. And a boost coming in. Floppy, oh, takes down the totem pole.
He did the Emilia.
Goes for the bottom one first, and hooksy's going to get flashed around the corner. He's got JT close up. Oh, and he just continues spraying. JT walks into it. Still a doable retake. Utility being passed off to hooksy. Smoke, Molotov, and nade. And here it comes. m0NESY and JKS to attend through short. Floppy smoked off. Vision denied, so he steps through another double. And Grim finds the last.
Well, is that going to be our sustainable plan of attack? That Floppy finds 4 kills for Complexity to find around. That's a huge work from him.
No, but you know, give him
this
the one.
Beautiful.
You know?
This is beautiful from Floppy. Like he himself just puts this round in pocket of his leader, rather, punishes the boost, and then here he crosses the smoke from the ramp. That was the only right move he had to do. He couldn't accept. He couldn't respect the smoke. He had to be committed with his teammates and finds a double.
All in the same spot. All 4
great.
kills in the same
great
spot.
From Floppy.
Yeah, he's loving it.
And financially, G2 is not out of the woods at all. In fact, they've been winning all of these rounds, but it's been relatively tight. And here you have the MP9 being used to being pushed. Hunter finds 2 immediately off the back of the flash, but JT cleans up.
m0NESY's going to come in late, and he's got an M4. JT might think this is clear. So even though the kills go the way of Complexity, m0NESY has a lot of information. Oh, if he could just catch one and fall back, that'd be everything. JT coming in. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, they find him at the last second. Thankfully, Grim heads up, able to fire off a couple bullets, and that's access to the bomb site. And as you mentioned, that's G2's economy completely depleted. So now the runway is there for Complexity to crawl back into this half. And they have all 4 timeouts.
Yeah, and tip it. See, it was all part of the plan. Now they can use them for winning. We were just behind. I mean, you know, a little bit of praise, pat in the back for JT. The work he does here is really great because G2 had committed a whole lot of not only bodies but utilities as well to try and grab that advantage towards B lane. And
they almost had it.
Oh, they were very close.
So close.
They bunched up a little bit. I think it allowed JT to have that spray transfer and find the 2 kills.
Well, I think low on HP as well. The M4 out of bullets, so you had to have the SMG taking that mid to long range fight. So a little bit tough, but second round for Complexity, no matter how you want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's the moment right there.
And that one to stop m0NESY from grabbing a free kill on JT.
You'd almost feel like because Grim started to shoot, somewhere in m0NESY's brain, his attention just got shifted away from the angle he was holding. Like, wait a minute, is that mosquito on my shoulders?
Yeah.
Slap it away?
Absolutely.
And that's when JT comes out, actually at the door.
And I mean, even if they get that kill and JT goes down, like even if m0NESY gets that kill, like that actually is pretty huge. That gives JKS some time to shift over. Here we got a little A main push. Galil not going to do the job. So
that's
hallzerk,
going to feel good.
Oh, his mouse is
That's
so
going to feel
right
good.
Yeah, his mouse is just like, thank God.
Oh, please. I can't take this anymore.
1 HP on old hallzy. Hunter and hooksy playing backup, seeing if Complexity is going to get lured into an attack, and it doesn't even matter. Hunter goes searching with the flashbang. It's just hooksy. Complexity will know there's at least one more somewhere in the site. A flashbang from hallzerk. nets them the sight in the round. So Complexity now just 3 back from G2.
Probably the first time in this map of Ancient that Complexity's heartbeat come back to a somewhat normal pulse.
Sure.
We're getting there. Deep breath, perspiration under control.
Yeah. Breathing exercises doing their work.
But you actually feel like you're in this game. I would probably argue that the first 6 rounds must have felt like a dream or a blur, but everything was going so fast and you'd feel like G2 was always the one commanding. Now, you've gotten yourself into it. We have a game. G2 might very much close this map anyway, but Complexity have done enough to be in a situation where they mentally are ready to fight and not just always be reacting to whatever the hell G2 is throwing at them.
Timeouts taken. This one from G2.
I think they need to figure out what they want to do, because m0NESY can buy an AWP and armor with no nades. The rest of the players can get M4s with low utility, so they need to make a decision really how it is that they want to approach it. Where does m0NESY want to go with the AWP? They're definitely buying. Just trying to figure everything out.
m0NESY does go for that AWP, light armor, and as you said, no utility, no nades to speak of. JKS as well is going to be pretty hindered. I think he's going to end up dropping down to a FAMAS. No kits on the board for G2 for any retake scenario. And we play on into round 10. Elysian middle, Grim, Floppy, and hallzerk towards A main. They're going right at m0NESY. And that AWP is intimidating, but if he gets into trouble, he's got no utility to speak of to help him out, and he's got no teammates nearby to help him out.
But the lack of smoke should tip Complexity. Surely there has to be some sort of flash or something. They must know if there is no smoke, there is a risk, and they don't seem to be in order. m0NESY will find the first kill easily. Can he add another one? He dances around the box's weight. He has to be pulled out by the fire. And he's definitely got time to reposition. More fire, more flashes, but they will allow him generously to live on.
Yeah, well, m0NESY ever since towards the closing stages of Inferno has been great in opening kills. Nico, that angle, perfect for him. Dink and a cleanup immediately. So Complexity have lost both the engagements on the extremities of the map. And now m0NESY's in position to punish them in middle. Perfect rotation, perfect mobility from this defense. And G2 has no stress in this round.
Oof. We just heard that.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, you like that?
Absolutely beautiful. I think you nailed it. There is absolutely nothing they have to worry about. Pum!
Except for the one-taps. Well, you still have a long way to go. I say there is a bit of an opening. HooXi pushed up towards Cave. If Floppy can find that kill, he's forcing him back into the arms of hallzerk. G2 doesn't seem aware that mid has been this exposed. HooXi now.
Who are you to doubt HooXi? Who are you to think?
Why is everything
He doesn't see the cheese coming.
Opposite? Yeah.
Trying to six-pull him from base? Hell no.
He was ready. Is that a StarCraft 2 reference you just
It
busted out on me? I didn't even know you had that in you. I didn't know you had that in your back pocket.
Whoa. Master player over here, so
okay.
I'm going to beg a little bit of respect.
Sure. 4-round lead for G2. They get to build up some money with that victory as well. Got to be pleased.
It's always really easy when we're standing here at the desk and we're watching this game fold. You think, how the hell is Complexity not thinking about that risk? I still think after that eco round from G2, if there is zero utility and zero information gathering on it, you have to be careful about an AWP.
Oh, dude, anytime there's not a smoke in any of like the main bomb site choke points, I think there's an op on the other side.
I think maybe they didn't think he had the money, because it was a hard reset, but they didn't know he saved money in the bank, right? So
boost up in return, and Nico's ready for it. And there's m0NESY again with another pick to hallzerk, getting a little bit frisky. Ooh, takes his time, tracks over, ripping off the faces of Complexity.
Well, that's that.
It's time to pack it up. m0NESY is activated. We waited a little bit of time, but now he's firmly arrived.
I mean, we even in our talk to HooXi last night, he's talking about it and saying like he has so much more
to give,
to unlock, right? Like of his potential, and to take more initiative, right, on the server, and
take more command as the offer.
Exactly, and just ask for stuff from his teammates. Say, hey, I want to do this. I need you to be here. And obviously, he's still a very young player and inexperienced, and that will come with time. But man, just seeing him when he's in the zone and when he starts hitting some of these shots, he's so fast. And for 99% of other players, you know, some of these peaks you'd be like, why are you going for it, you know? But
What are you doing?
it isn't as high percentage, but for him, it simply is.
It's scary to think that there could be a new level he reaches, a new level he can unlock at some point in the near future.
And now Complexity has a decision to make. You know, G2 is not in reset territory anymore. They have money to buy, but
You're
they
buying though, right? Surely.
I think so. I mean, 3 players have AK and some nades. You have to have something ready for this round. At least they took a timeout, Jason.
At least they took the timeout. We'll take what we can get at the moment from Complexity. Down
Small
5,
victories.
4 rounds still to play. Plenty of opportunities for Complexity to get into this half.
But the way the rounds have happened, it really feels like Complexity are a little bit constricted in what they can do. What have they been successful in? It's been what? Floppy with an incredible double kill, or double kill rather. That's actually what kickstarted. It's not like they've been taking map control and they've been sort of checkmating G2 by having tactical moves. It wasn't really like that, so I do worry a little bit about m0NESY. Good start to the round once again. Where's the AWP? Is gone.
Yeah.
Give him back his AWP. Damn it. JKS, what are you doing?
This is a weird turn of events. Op in the hands of JKS. He has it towards Donut. He's mollied out of position. Let's see what JKS can do with the op. He's kind of had to smoke himself out just to escape. I think there's a crack around that smoke for A main. But Complexity at the moment, with all this counter utility, is a little stalled out, looking for a gift that nobody is giving them. And JKS can slide right back into position. Hunter can take the initiative. One more in Donut. Elige creeping up around the smoke. Hunter's got another. Calls out the position, and JKS zones in on it. Doesn't matter who has the op, he's going to deliver something, and it's 9-3.
And what a round for Hunter to step up. Those were 2 hugely important kills. I checked on the replay. m0NESY had the best spawn and they wanted to fight for mid, so that's why he swapped the op over to JKS. Though I still disagree with it, especially after you had such a round.
Yeah.
Just give him
Screw
the op,
your
man.
spawns. Just let him play with the op. Call something else, right? But hey, that just tells you the philosophy of this G2 lineup. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Selfless Counter-Strike.
Well, Complexity's probably wondering what it takes right now. At the moment, they've been stopped cold.
Comes the train.
Oh, they're not stopping for hooksy. He's going to have a battle. Dinked up, traded off by Elige. Nico slides over, 1-for-1 again, but it's Hunter's turn. And can he succeed where the others have failed? He's got one at a ramp. Oh, and he delivers. What a spin.
It's beautiful.
It's so clean.
And once again, he's here on time. We've been talking about it. When G2 is in the rhythm, you are not going to catch that third player off position. He was there.
And you highlighted that specifically as Hunter's rotations on this map being critical, so well done.
It's also just Hooksy's life, man. Like, even there, he's running away, and he still gets dinked immediately by the first guy he kills. If he doesn't get dinked, he probably gets more than 1 kill, but my man can't catch a break.
Do be like that sometimes.
10-3 now, Complexity still with 3 timeouts for that CT side comeback.
Oh, no. Come on, let's give us a game. The mid-aggression from G2 is going to go uncontested. They have completely, not really abandoned the A side, but it's a full-on retake position with m0NESY towards CT spawn, which allowed them to play with 3 very committed rifles towards B lane. Complexity are playing very passively, very...
G2's been able to control this part of the map whenever they've wanted it.
This whole time.
I think JT stopped them once, and that's all I can really think of.
And this was still off the back of an aggression. It's not like they completely stopped them. It was a reaction to G2 being completely committed to it whatsoever. So now the late mid-take is going to come from Complexity. That's a little bit of a new flavor, not something we've seen too many times in this game. G2 still very committed to it. It's going to be Hunter, tip of the spear with the AK, put down immediately by Grim. Not a name that we've mentioned too much in this game.
They're so ready to fight in middle, though. Hooksy comes right through it. And him and JKS look like they're positioning for a fight. Oh, awkward. Elige just pulls out knife, a nade. The op can't transfer over. JT again trying his best, his damnedest to pick up the pieces. But m0NESY is so on point. 16-6. Which leaves Floppy alone. At least he has the bomb, but he also has Nico at this site to deal with.
But he's Floppy.
But he is.
And that means something
Floppy.
today.
Yeah, it means something this week.
Although a little bit of more time would come in handy for him to figure out this situation.
Can I please have 10 extra seconds on the clock?
Could I get an extra 10?
Plant's coming in. Nico's going to walk out of cave. Actually, it doesn't even matter. m0NESY's there with the op at the perfect timing. And 11-3. Wrap it up.
Man,
I think this one's done.
It would truly be something special if Complexity were able to fight back into this game, because it feels like we're barreling towards the situation that we had described, which is G2 is catching up on momentum and velocity, and the game is pretty much over.
Why I'm being a pain in the ass about the timeout? Well, first of all, I'm just an asshole. But second thing is,
That's a start.
Clearly after how Inferno went, this map was going to be about can Complexity bounce back mentally after that loss, and having 5 match points, and instead of being 2-0, it goes into a third map. So when things start going wrong at the start of the game, you have to cut it in its root. You have to try to do something to keep your team in it, sort of to help them mentally reset. Sure, maybe they're just too early in their development as a team to be able to overcome that, but you need to help them.
And m0NESY is not helping them at all. In fact, he is striking. He sees the prey, he tastes the blood, and he knows he's a shark and they're in the ocean. The boat is gone, the ship is gone, no one is coming to save them.
The lettuce is all over the floor, the bun, the tomatoes. Only the mayonnaise survived.
And nobody likes the mayonnaise.
I love it.
I do like mayonnaise.
I know you too, dude.
Why do you say that in such a derogatory way? It's like, I know you like mayonnaise.
I like mayonnaise too, just like on a sandwich, not like dipping my fries in it. Well,
it would be a nice little topping here for Complexity if they could win this final round. At the very least, we all know Zonic's Law in 11-4, most dangerous scoreline. hallzerk is like, I just want a kill. He gets 2, but not the round.
Not the round, and not the half for Complexity. It's 12-3. G2 in a commanding lead on this deciding map.
He's got a chance in this one. Makes it look too clean.
Well, we're back, and it might not be for long. 12-3 half for G2. I'm joined by Maniac, I'm joined by Yenko, and together we are witnessing this domination from G2 on Ancient.
And there's really two ways you can look at this game. There's two different ways you can feel
Give them
game.
to me. Give me both.
The first one is obviously you're a G2 fan and you're euphoric. It's an amazing display from G2. You see Monacy, he's catching on fire. He's having incredible moments. Hunter is here to save. Nico is relatively safe on the B side. And the other half of the glass truly is empty for a Complexity fan, sort of haunted by the ghost of yesteryear. Ebenezer Scrooge here.
The chocolate milk's gone.
Exactly. It's too calm, it's too quiet, it's too timid. We'd like to see a bit more fire from Complexity. It's one of the factors that we talked about. They need to bring in the fight to G2. They need to stay alive in this game.
Well, they're looking like they might be able to at least grab the pistol. They've got good smokes, good Molotov to give them some safety inside this site, but it might not stop the boost. And Hunter, that lurk is powerful. It is powerful coming in. You can feel it. Hunter coming in hot and nobody paying attention. Oh, he's got so many free kills. 2 go down. It's not done yet. Good trade from Nico. And a 2-on-2 descends. Flank spotted out, and now it's all on Nico. Listening for sound. He knows he's got to find one to the left. There's no kit, so he's got time to work with. Needs to be headshots first as his. Uh-oh, never expected it. Thought hallzerk had crossed. The second player was over at the bomb as well, and that's a defuse for Complexity. A good retake.
Just had a mini doubt. We were in control. Just wanted to let the viewers at home experience the doubt that I myself shared just a little bit.
I didn't.
Even if
I trust that they all have the 10-second warning on, and I trust that they can all listen to music when it pops up.
I don't know how I feel about that peek from Grim from side without even having faked it one time, and hallzerk wasn't even in a position. This could have gone real ugly, real bad.
Strange because hallzerk killed Hunter on the flank, so they were supposed to know. Maybe Nico wasn't aware, but someone, Hunter should have said when he died, when he saw Nico was in a 1v2 and hallzerk was the last alive. I don't know if he was maybe thinking hallzerk would rotate.
Nico might have thought that he crossed or went around long when he was just listening for information at boards, is all I can think of, that he would be the one sticking the defuse when he killed Grim, so...
Could be, but G2, despite the big lead, they decide to force by. I think it has nothing to do with the score. It's mostly just, hey, this is still a pretty winnable round. And on the other side, Complexity goes for full rifles. They don't go for any MP9s.
We saw that on, was it Inferno as well, where they went for a couple FAMAS and didn't have a whole lot of utility for a second round as well, I think.
It is something that we have mentioned. I remember having this conversation.
It was on Inferno.
Yeah.
Monacy having a conversation saying, listen, I don't understand why I didn't ace in this pistol round. There must be something wrong with my config.
Something's broken
I'd been obviously immediately jumping in to fix that issue.
I would have 35 kills if your equipment was not broken.
I would like to put in a formal request.
He's got 20. That ain't bad.
It's not bad at all. Considering, I believe he'd been relatively quiet the rest of the series. I mean, Inferno, he caught on fire towards the very end. Let's just say he warmed up to the game towards the end. I wouldn't say he was a carry, but...
It took like 1 3/4 maps to get him involved.
The great thing about Monacy is whenever that happens, then, oh Lord of mercy, he come in.
Then 12-3 halves happen.
I think this is a good buy for Complexity to sort of start their comeback too, because if they're able to win this round and they'll start building up their economy.
Out mid. Hunter crossing behind the donut smoke. Hooksy is there in support as well, waiting to see these smokes clear and what they've got on the other side. Hooksy with the Tech 9 can be the aggressor. They're going to attempt to split at the A bomb site. Defense is already shifting. Elige can't get anything done on the initial contact. He's taken down, but Grim gets 2. Now he can turn and address the bomb site itself, and he's got teammates with him, although they're all blind, and now they're Molotoved off, and at least a plant for G2.
Nico has to find that kill onto Floppy. His position is gravy. That's it. Put it immediately under his name. And JKS with the Tech 9 close by. If he could just find one, allow Nico to have a possible clutch. He does stay alive and milks as much time as possible, leaving Nico in the 1v1. Grim, 37 HP.
No kit.
No smoke, no kit. Does he even attempt it? He does. He did find a smoke, actually. Puts down on the bomb, and he's going to have to play the mellow game. Do I have a kit? You don't know that. You have to come see me, and I see you through the smoke. Just missed a couple of shots. And he's going to have to be the 10 seconds defuse. I cannot believe this is even possible. Nico finds him, and here comes the reset.
Oh, that's harsh. A grinding battle. I like the commentary. Do I have a kit? No, you don't know if I have a kit. It's all good.
I'm just trying something. I'm thinking maybe I can put in some sort of inner dialogue.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Just, you know, trial and error.
It sounded like Grim.
Oh, I didn't even do that. That was not on purpose. It just came naturally.
Yeah,
you know?
it just sounded exactly
Great.
like him.
I'll work on that. What could go wrong if I was doing voices and accent?
What could go wrong with G2 in an anti-eco? Yanko, take it away.
I would find it difficult to see even G2 losing around like this when they're reset back to 1400, 4 pistols, MP9, not a lot of utility. And already Hunter in a deep position close to Red Room as they're executing B.
Oh, that could go wrong, but JKS handles it. Wanasi falls, but a double kill in return, and Hooksy is patiently waiting in towards Cave. Hunter is clearing out the B bomb site. Grim and Elysia are on a very fast flank, but again, without any kind of like real power in this weaponry, it might not matter. JKS is even looking behind him, so a full freeze called by G2.
It's about to pay off as well. JK's had the timing on the leash, but so he sneaks in from behind. 3v4. Ooh, we don't like to see this.
No, it's over. It's
Dejected
done.
look, dejected face, dejected fail.
Gives you that Listerine face.
And Grim is going to bail out, try and save the SMG, and you know it's desperate when you're saving an MP9.
Try to look at the bright side. There ain't no bright side.
There's nothing. There's no bright side. Lights are turned off.
The janitor is living, turning off the lights.
So 14-4, 10-round lead for G2, and again, this is like that scoreline where like you almost feel like there's no right or wrong answer for complexity. Like you almost want them to buy here just because you can't really play for overtime when you're down 11 rounds. But at the same time, is that even realistic that you'd be able to stop them?
It's a rock and a hard place kind of question, right?
I think it's not even the score that bothers me. It's just the look on their face.
Yeah.
You know, this whole map pretty much after the first couple of rounds, they just allowed frustration to get to them too much. And the game, you know, was slipping away through their hands.
Yeah, we've equally seen some of that frustration between hallzerk and Elysia at various moments.
And if anything, it's going to be a learning experience. You know,
Sure.
The good thing is this is a seeding game. They're already in the
That's
playoffs.
correct.
And there'll be definitely a lot to be talked through in regards to, you know, sure, some of the stuff related to Counter-Strike, but a lot more related to the behavior and the mental side of things.
Because this had happened in the past, right? When this roster came together, there were a couple of very frustrating events, and we saw that frustration. And I thought, this is going to be a problem, but I will allow them the time to come up with a better game plan, and hopefully when they play better Counter-Strike, the mentality will be better, which I think they had showcased up until that point. They had a couple of games
Throughout
where they
this
were
week.
tested, and they showed us a bit more resilience than usual. They showed us a better spirit, and then when we started this third map, it felt like an ideal, let's just say, case for them to show that they were actually stronger than we discussed, and unfortunately they're confirming the old stereotype here with a very quiet performance on that third map.
Had a 2-1 victory over 9 on the opening day, a 2-0 victory over Cloud9 the next day that got him into the playoffs. This is going to end. This loss to G2 in this series will end an 8-series win streak for Complexity. Now, a lot of that was done in the North American region, where we know competition isn't exactly up to par. But still, streak coming to an end.
Didn't say anything.
Nico for the entry, and JT is blind. Evens things up. Isolates the Cave player. He cannot be involved in the action. That's Floppy, who's just got to sit and wait. And a full infestation of this bomb site. Actually, three players for G2 in this one spot seems a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're just going to swing at some point. They're going to decide when, probably based on the timing of the smoke. They're not going to, I don't believe they're going to fight Cave too much. I mean, they're going to swing one way or the other. I imagine either Cave or long, but there's going to be a wide swing, and it comes towards Cave. Floppy is being put down, and you're going to have to observe that one from the bench.
1, peek!
Oh, it's a slaughter. Elysia goes down last. 16-4. G2 bounced back after recovering Inferno. It could have been over 2-0 for Complexity. It was 15-10 for Complexity on Inferno at one point, and G2 come all the way back to dominate the third map.
That's great. What great teams do, you know, they don't give up. You think you have them